This is the SES Defender of Freedom uploading data log for days 108 through 110 of the Galactic War. Data archive. Helldivers have many victories to celebrate over the past couple days, as amazingly, we saw the success of our major order while simultaneously rescuing our training facilities. However, the Galactic War still looms, and our scientists are preparing a solution from the liberated technologies of an old foe. When we left off, Helldivers were primarily deploying to Meridia 5 in efforts to retake the planet and repurpose the automaton's petafactory for righteous purposes. However, the bugs had begun an attack on Angel's Venture, the location of one of our newly built training facilities. Each training facility provides us with a 5% increased liberation and defense contribution on all operations, and if they are lost, they cannot be regained. In the past days, we have already lost the training facilities on Vernon Wells, and our enemies continue their unrelenting assault against freedom. At the start of the day, the defense was trending poorly on Angel's Venture. But with High Command's strategic update to all Helldivers to divert some forces from Meridia 5, we soon saw a split of one force to maintain the ground on Meridia 5, and another to protect the important assets on Angel's Venture. The situation on the planet was dire, the outbreak larger than any we have seen in previous weeks. But upon arrival of reinforcements from Meridia 5, the tides began to turn in our favor. In an unprecedented display of coordination, Helldivers simultaneously held the line in Meridia 5 and turned around the defense in an astounding victory in Angel's Venture, successfully defending our trading facilities in the nick of time. Our new recruits rejoice in the admiration of the Helldivers, and are now safely able to continue their training and graduation. After the successful defense, reinforcements were deployed to Meridia 5, and the simultaneous efforts were not in vain. As shortly after reinforcements arrived, notice was given that the undemocratic lines of defense upheld by the Toasters were broken through, crumbled in the might and light of liberty. With their inability to vote for a better defensive line, Helldivers broke through and completed the liberation of the planet in the early hours of day 109. With the liberation of the petafactory came the distribution of the Emancipator exosuits, which were immediately rushed out to all Helldivers. What Super Earth engineers found in the petafactory on landing was evidence of the inhumane practices of the socialist Toasters. While the bots may be non-sentient, it is still undeniably cruel for them to enslave members of their own species for the production of their horrendous weapons of war. Not a single recharge station was found in the factory, their brethren forced to work until completely drained. What we've seen over the past few days only cements our disgust in the automatons and the clear need for their eventual and complete and utter eradication. The Helldivers are not able to celebrate too long yet, despite the amazing accomplishments of the past few days. The unrelenting attacks by our enemies continue, with the fascist bugs attacking both Heath and Fenrir 3. With High Command sharing the strategic update to focus on Heath to protect our training facilities, we unfortunately saw the loss of Fenrir 3 in the evening of day 109. For the remainder of day 109 into day 110, Helldivers focused on the defense of Heath. Helldivers dove with the opportunity to try out the new exosuits, and have found the new stratagem to be quite powerful on defense missions. However, many have reported an underwhelming performance of the new suits, with lower than expected damage output. This, of course, is treason. But it may not be surprising if there are some structural defects caused by the poor factory conditions remaining from the automaton petafactory. It may require more tweaking on the production facilities to fully optimize the suits. Despite this mixed reception, the deployment of the new EXO-49 Emancipator appeared to swing the defense of Heath heavily in Super Earth's favor, completing in the early hours of day 110, once again successfully defending our training facilities. Following the completion of the defense, Helldivers then deployed to regain control of Fenrir 3. The liberation of Fenrir 3 went very smoothly, and upon reaching 90% liberation, a new major order was issued by High Command. Operation Enduring Peace, Phase 1. This major order centers around finally addressing the Terminid supercolony on Meridia. Our scientists have been hard at work researching the best way to address the issue, and have come to a conclusion using an experimental substance called dark fluid liberated from the Illuminate in the First Galactic War. This substance will be used to permanently end the super colony threat. Phase 1 of this operation involves securing a route to Meridia and maintaining that route until sufficient quantities of dark fluid can be weaponized and deployed. High Command has made it very clear in this major order that this is to be our only priority, that all other territorial losses are acceptable to ensure the success of this operation. The 3 key planets to maintain control over are Turing, Fenrir 3, and Angel's Venture. Their liberation and the completion of this major order is of utmost importance to the future of Super Earth citizens. Fortunately, with the successful defense of Angel's Venture and Fenrir 3 already nearly liberated, our past victories have already put us in good position to complete this major order. In the following hours, Helldivers continued the liberation of Fenrir 3 until a new non-thinking bug attack surfaced on Akamar 4. But Helldivers recalled their orders to focus on securing the lines to Meridia and completed the liberation of Fenrir 3 shortly afterwards. Before deploying to Turing to liberate the final planet, we received a news announcement of a mishap on Moridesh. Nice. Due to an accident, casualties have been minimized, as some researchers were spaghettified by the black hole created by the dark fluid. Luckily, the crisis was averted, and I'm sure it will be fine for Helldivers when we weaponize this against the Terminids on Meridia. Helldivers then deployed to Turing to secure the final planet. Throughout the previous major order, control over Turing was completely lost, and Terminid resistance on the planet near, but not really if you think about it, to Meridia, was very high. Despite this, a third of the planet's liberation was completed by the end of day 110. This concludes this data log for days 108 to 110 data archive. An exciting new chapter has begun to unfold in the Galactic War. We may soon see the end of the Meridian supercolony, which threatens the peaceful E710 farming we've been working so hard to achieve. With peace and prosperity within our sights, the Defender of Freedom is deploying Helldivers to Turing.